Hey guys, a question I get asked a lot: how do I stop my dog from going to the bathroom in the house? That's a good question, and I'm glad you asked. This is one of the number one reasons why humans, why us people, get rid of animals, because they use the restroom in the house. Just if, I can teach you guys or tell you guys how to train your dogs to not use a restroom in the house, maybe, just maybe, we can keep these dogs out of the shelters, off the streets, and from being euthanized. So buckle up. This is gonna be quick. For me, for you, it's gonna be time consuming, it's going to be tedious, and it's going to be repetitious, and you're gonna have to be fair. So how do we get our dogs to go to the restroom outside? It's easy. Think about when you feed your dogs. Do you feed them in the daytime or in the nighttime? Or do you feed them during the day? Whatever time you feed them, that doesn't matter. What does matter is you can't feed the dog and then rush off to work. You can't feed the dog and then rush off to the movies. You gotta stay there with the dog. So you need to learn to tailor the time that you feed your dog around your schedule so you can be there to reward them. So let's take 4 o'clock in the afternoon, for instance, you're feeding your dog. At 4:15, you need to physically take your dog outside. Yeah, that means you're gonna have to bundle up if it's cold. You're gonna have to take that umbrella, or you might be out there in your shorts. It doesn't matter what the weather is, you gotta get off your butt and you gotta go outside with your dog. When your dog goes outside to use a restroom, because you've taken them, whenever your dog goes pee, whenever your dog goes poop, it's gotta be a happy party. You gotta take a treat with you. You gotta take a toy. Make sure whenever your dog uses a restroom, your neighbor comes outside to wanna know what's going on. It is happy, it is fun. You're not scaring your dog. Don't tower over your dog, but you're gonna have fun. You're gonna give that dog a treat. You're gonna give that dog his toy. You're gonna pet that dog. You're gonna love on that dog. And you're going to pair what the dog just did with pee or poop or break or whatever word you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But it's good boy, good break, good girl, whatever it is that you want to say. The word that you want to associate with the dog to going to the bathroom has to be consistent. I don't care if you use Hundeschlafen. I don't care what it is. Pick a word, keep to that word, and only use that word when the dog needs to use a restroom. For my dogs, it's all break. Do you want to go break? Do you need to go break? They don't know what do you need. They don't know what do you want. They know the word break. Easy, simple, one-syllable word that the dog understands. That's what you have to do. Now, some people say, well, I've got a puppy at home. What do I do with puppies? Puppies are the same. You can get puppy training pads. Put the pad down where you want them to go to the bathroom. Teach the dog that they can go to the bathroom there. If you don't want to get out of the house, maybe you can't get out of the house for whatever reason, teach them to go on that pad. Then move the pad, once they understand that that's where they can go, closer to the door. Once the dog understands that now the pad has moved from point A to point B is now where I go to the bathroom. That's near the door that goes outside. Once the dog associates and understands that they can start going to the bathroom there, then move that puppy pad outside, and you might have to take that dog out to go find that puppy pad. Don't leave the puppy pad outside all the time. It's gonna get blown away, it's gonna get soaked, it's going to defeat the purpose. But before you want the dog to go to the bathroom, take it outside and leave it out there and let the dog know that the dog can go out there. How do you train your dog to go to the door? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. You teach your dog to go to the door because you're teaching your dog to go outside. It is all combining. It's all inclusive here. So you've taught your dog to go outside. Teach your dog to go to the door. Put a bell hanging down from the door handle. Put a bell on the ground. Teach your dog to bark if they'll bark. Not all dogs are going to bark whenever you want them to. Most will though. You just got to know how to train them. So take them to the door, show them that they can knock that doorbell with their nose or knock the the bell with their nose, that they can ding the bell on the ground with their paw, or that they can bark at the door. Girls, behave. Come here. So, teach them, I know, I see you, baby. Teach them to go to the door, teach them to bark, teach them to hit that bell, teach them to paw on that bell. And then whenever they pair that, go over there, tell them, I know, I see you, Sissy, I know. Tell them good break, or tell them, do you want to go break? And then open the door and take them outside. Now to teach the bell, you got to go over there and you got to teach the bell. They paw the bell, you give them a treat. They paw the bell, you give them a treat. They hit the bell, you give them a treat. They bark at the door, you give them a treat. You give them a toy. You make it a happy, happy, fun party. I'm hoping that if you guys do this on a continual basis, give it 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks is what I'm asking. Daily, if your dog's using the bathroom inside. And maybe, just maybe, we can keep these dogs out of the shelters and off the streets and from being euthanized. Get to training, guys. It doesn't happen overnight. Consistency is key. Repetition is key. Oh yeah, one more thing, water. Let's talk about leaving water down and leaving food down for that. Some dogs you can leave food down all day long and they'll snack on it. Some dogs you can leave water down and they'll just drink on it or lap on it whenever they want, whenever they're thirsty. Some dogs though will devour the entire food in one setting in a matter of seconds. And other dogs will sit there and drink an entire gallon of water and then they got to go pee immediately. They got to go to the bathroom immediately. If you have that type of dog, don't leave water down. Don't leave their food down. It's pretty simple. It's common sense. But sometimes we don't think about that because we think that, well, I got a German Shepherd and they're awesome. I see them on TV all the time. Or you know, I've got a Schnauzer and the Schnauzers, they're just amazing because they don't eat a ton of food. Not every dog is the same. We got to continuously remind ourselves that dogs need training from us. And if I can give you that training, if I can help you just in the least little bit, then hopefully we'll keep these dogs out of the humane societies, from being euthanized and on the streets. That is my goal. That is why I do these videos. That's why I try to help you. Remember, not every trainer trains the way that I do. I train differently than probably 100 other trainers. But this is a way that I have found that's effective, that I can communicate easily with dogs. And I've done this to, I don't even know how many dogs. It's successful. You just got to put in the time. Thanks for watching, folks. Remember, get out there and train.